Hi everyone, my name is Orishua Daniel Etuewe. On today's episode, I'm bringing before you a young immigrant. You don't want to miss the episode, so stay tuned and watch. So how are you doing today?
I'm doing good.
Awesome.
Thank you for asking.
You're welcome, thank you. So can we meet you?
Okay, my name is Dominic. I'm originally from Nigeria. I'm US citizen and I'm a nurse.
Oh, okay, good. So when did you immigrate to the United States?
It's been a couple years. It's been a little over 7 years that I've been here with my family to the States.
So Dominic, while you were talking about yourself, you made mention that you're a registered nurse in the United States. Can you tell us more on how you got through the path, in the healthcare industry?
So I've been a nurse for, I believe it's almost 9 years plus now. I started as a nurse in Nigeria.
In Nigeria?
Yes, before I came to the States.
Okay.
So I started, as a young nurse. I worked in a private, from there went to a tertiary institution.
Okay.
I also worked with some oil companies back in Nigeria before I came to the States.
Okay.
So coming over to the States, I had to start little. I started as a CNA, to do my CNA.
You said as a CNA?
Yes.
Yeah, I started as a CNA. I worked as a CNA. A CNA simply means a certified nurse assistant.
Yeah, so I did that while waiting to get my transcripts evaluated and to write my NCLEX. So after that, I wrote my NCLEX, got my license as a nurse, and I started working in nursing home.
Okay.
From there, I went into the hospital. So right now, I work with Kaiser.
Okay. So what do you mean by NCLEX? I'm sure people out there, a good number of them might not understand what you mean by NCLEX.
The exam as a nurse that qualifies you to be licensed as a nurse to practice in the United States.
Okay.
Yeah, so everybody writes the exam, even immigrants and people who did their nursing in the United States. So it doesn't matter where you studied, you have to pass your NCLEX before you work as a nurse or get your license as a nurse.
Okay. So I was going to ask you, what led you into this field? What was the drive back home? Because you said you were a nurse back home, and I know back home, my mom used to be a registered nurse back home, and she worked with the government for close to about 30 or 31 years. God bless you, Mama. She can, I'm sure she's watching and listening to me right now. Yeah, she worked so hard as a registered nurse in Nigeria. It's well understood when you get to see the female folks going through that path. So you as a man, what led you into that path back home in Nigeria?
So I've always had this passion to care for people. Initially, I wanted to be a doctor. Initially I wanted to be a doctor, but admission in Nigeria, and then after that, I wanted to be in the health field generally, either as a doctor, as a nurse. It doesn't, just to care for other people, take care of people who are sick. So I ended up as a nurse. It's not by coincidence. I actually went. I bought the form for the nursing. It was a backup plan for me. Yeah. If I didn't get into the medical school. So eventually, I went into nursing and I liked it. So now I'm happy. I took that decision. Partly, my dad also inspired me to go that route. So that's why I ended up as a nurse. Back home in Nigeria, it's seen as a more female-dominated profession. Yeah. So, but it's changing. The trend is changing because people are seeing that there is no career or profession that is either female or male. Because for instance, Nightingale, who is who professionalized nursing, is a female. Mm-hmm. So over time, it was mainly female because female, they have this motherly care role they play, which is what nurses do. Mm-hmm. But now we're seeing that men can also do equally as a female. Even now, the male nurses are even more sought out for than the female nurses. So for me, as a male or a female, it doesn't matter. As a nurse, you would excel either as a male or a female.
Okay. So do you want to say that your background as a nurse back home really helped you in having a smooth transition coming to the United States and, picking up from there?
Yes, it did. I mean, I didn't have to start from the scratch when I came here because, going to nursing school here is very expensive, it's time consuming. So I'm lucky that I was able to evaluate my transcripts and challenge the exam. So after the exam, I just went straight to working as a nurse. So that, my background as a nurse back home and my experience also played a role, in helping me to transition into the nursing field.
Okay. So what were your challenges when you freshly immigrated to the United States?
So I think my challenges would be the same as any other immigrant. First of all, the culture shock.
Okay.
It's totally different from back home. Seeing people, like learning to understand how they talk. It took me a while to start hearing people say, American English is different from British English, which we all grew up with. So that was one. Then the code, for sure.
Yeah.
I was, I'm lucky to be in California where the weather is a little better. So apart from that, I think starting from the scratch.
Yeah.
Coming from Nigeria where you already going to the top of your career and then you come all over, you have to start from the beginning. So those are my challenges coming as an immigrant, and then having to start to make new friends,
And you weren't afraid of starting from the scratch?
I mean, that's why we came, right? If you're afraid, you wouldn't be here in the first place. So we took up the challenge, head on. And you know that it's all a matter of time and you still get to where you want to be.
Very true. So Dominic, a word of advice to young immigrants in the diaspora, moving out of their country to a new place. What do you have to say to them?
So my advice to anybody who plans to migrate from their country, like right now, I know Canada is doing like an express entry immigration stuff where the people go over to Canada to start a new life. At first, it's not going to be easy. You have to start from somewhere. It's not like, there's no free coffee in America, some people say. So you have to start from the scratch, but know that each day just be making little steps and little progress. Over time, over a year, over time, your hard work will come into play. You can't just see it easy. You can't come easy because people have been here before you came and they've been established before you came. So you are the one who would work hard. If you're the first generation immigrant, work hard to establish your family. With time, your children and your grandchildren will find it easier because you've done the hard work for them. That would be my advice to any immigrant leaving their country. Just know that initially it's not going to be easy. But when you persist and keep working hard and don't lose hope, you will get to where you want to be.
So Dominic, thank you for what you're doing in the community. You're an essential worker, despite the fact that we are in the pandemic, yet you're still providing service. Thank you for your passion in this field too. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Daniel. Thank you for bringing me here. Thank you for what you're doing.
Thank you.
Documenting the, immigrants. It's a hard task. Thank you and keep up the good work.
Thank you. I hope someone got inspired by the young immigrant from Nigeria who happens to be a registered nurse here in the United States. Thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you for the likes, for sharing. Thank you for the comments coming in. I do read them. We'll read them as a team. Please don't forget to turn on your bell notification. And if you're out there, you're watching me for the first time, you've not subscribed, please do. Thank you all.